everyone, and welcome to Passion Vines TV. I'm your host, Michael Bray, and for those of you who know us, we're quickly becoming one of the most competitive and respected wine experiences in the world by connecting our passion with yours. And today we're going to South Africa. Compliments of my good buddy Robbie Mountain, who really inspired me and turned me on after his trip to South Africa to really focus on wines from that region to see what's happening. It's not a region that we often explore, but I got to tell you, they're producing some incredible wines and some wines that, quite frankly, suck. But we're going to find out what's going on and tell you the truth. We have 3 wines here today, 2 of which are 2 Sauvignon Blancs and 1 blend. Similar to a Southern Rhone blend, although there's a few varieties in here that I'm anxious to introduce. But we're going to start with some whites. Boschendal Sauvignon Blanc, Grand Cuvée. This is a 2008. Again, Boschendal's the producer. Okay. Let's see what's going on in South Africa. If I was blindfolded right now and I'm smelling this wine, I am not thinking this is Sauvignon Blanc at all. Okay, maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of citrus. But the thing that hit me right off the bat, before anything, is almost a creamy, more of a creamy texture, aromatic, maybe even some tropical notes. Okay, and now, as I'm smelling deeper, I'm starting to get a little bit of the classic, a little bit of green, a little bit of grass. But definitely very interesting aromatically, so we'll see if it's consistent to the palate. Okay, very interesting. Stylistically, this doesn't fall into the traditional Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, or even some in California that we've hit recently. Definitely very, very rich and creamy on the mid palate, medium bodied. It's a pretty fleshy, pretty good viscosity. You know, anytime that you can clear the film off your teeth, again, that's the residue left over from the wine, which gives you an indication as to the weight and body style of the wine. This is very interesting Sauvignon Blanc. So what I would say is, for those people who don't like the real herbaceousness, grassy, even pea-scented Sauvignon Blanc, this is more your style. A little bit of minerality in there I'm still getting, reminiscent of that of more of a French style, but very interesting Sauvignon Blanc in terms of the style. Okay, Boschendal. The next, okay, so we're going to follow this up with Southern Rite Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, this vintage is 2010. We're going to do a little rinse here. Important note about Southern Rite. Southern Rite specializes in 2 grape varieties, one being Pinotage, okay, the noble grape of South Africa, and that of Sauvignon Blanc. So this is their specialty, and I got to tell you, I respect anybody who has a narrow focus, as they do. So it means they take a lot of pride in these 2 varieties. Okay. Okay, immediately off the bat, 2 totally different, distinct aromatics. Okay, I get the grass, I get some asparagus, I get the pea scents here. Something totally different. However, it gives you a little bit of hint of Sauvignon Blanc, but nowhere near it. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Much more acidity, light to medium bodied, really good, crisp, clean. Wine is awesome. Wow. Awesome because I'm still tasting it. Still getting different flavors. Wonderful. Again, you talk about what makes a great wine, as our good friend John Gibson once said. He talked about the balance, and of course he talked about the finish. This wine finishes a lot better than the Boschendal. Okay. 2 great Sauvignon Blancs from South Africa. And now we're going to finish with a wine whose name I think is pretty cool. The producer is Spice Root, and the proprietary name is Chakalaka. Chakalaka. Also from South Africa. And this is a blend. And I'm going to cheat a little bit here because I got to tell you, there's a lot going on in this wine. Syrah 51%, Carignan 16%, Mourvedre 11%, Suzo 11%, Grenache 8%, Tannat, which is the national grape of Uruguay, also in a favorite of our wines, Amalaya, from Argentina, but now again we're in South Africa, so Tannat 2%, and Petit Syrah 1%. 1%. Okay. So here we go. Sounds pretty interesting. Wow. Again, if I'm blindfolded right now, I'm saying Southern Rhone. It's got classic Southern Rhone aromatics. I get the Syrah right away. Although what's interesting is I get a little funk from the Syrah, but then there's a really terroir driven on the first aromatic, and then I get a lot of substance. I get a lot of spice following up. Aromatics are really awesome on this wine. Wow. Let's give it a shot. This wine rocks, Bob.
Yeah, no kidding.
This wine is awesome.
Agreed.
Wow. Okay. I gotta tell you, there's so much going on here, and again, you're gonna have to link up all these varieties and the exact breakdown. But this wine is reminiscent of the Rhone with a South African flavor. I mean, it's got almost like a slight hint of cocoa, a little bit of pepper, but it's God, really interesting and very complex. Many layers. Wow. All I can say is Chakalaka. Thank you. Thank you, Chakalaka. Wow. Okay. South Africa. All I can tell you is they're producing some incredible wines. Southern ripe Sauvignon Blanc, definitely reminiscent of your traditional Sauvignon Blanc. Boschendal doing a great job at mixing things up, and Chakalaka taking a little bit of Southern Rhone and adding its flavor of a little bit of pepper and a little bit of some dark fruits and cranberries, and I almost feel like there's a little bacon drizzle in there, Bob. And who doesn't love a little bacon? Okay, I can sit here and smell it all night. But I'm Michael Bray, and from Passion Vines TV, we wish you a happy holiday, and we'll see you next time. Later.